Hi, I'm Ari Aster, the writer-director of Hereditary, and these are the films that inspired me most when writing and directing the film. Don't Look Now was a big touchstone for me. It was probably the film I was referencing most when I was talking about the film. Like Hereditary, it's a film about grief, and it's a relationship drama that has shades of something darker, and then by the end it reveals itself to be something much more sinister. Beyond just Don't Look Now, Nicholas Roeg is a filmmaker that I've been fascinated by for years. And his films are tonally really strange and kind of upsetting, and I've never quite been able to put my finger on them. You know, there's this opening montage in Walkabout that is just still one of my favorite sequences in all of cinema, and the opening montage in Don't Look Now. He's working with these psychic connections between images that are really striking, and I think they have a lot to do with the tone. Rosemary's Baby was an important one, and I feel like people who see the film, it's in the text. It's very clear how the films are aligned. Beyond that, Polanski is just somebody that I've been studying for a long time. The way that he blocks his actors, and then the way that he moves his camera in relation to that blocking is really beautiful and really intricate, and everything is invisible that he's doing. Everything is designed to be hidden. It's really something to see, and I'm always thinking about that.
Rosemary, go back to bed. You know you're not supposed to be up and around.
Brian De Palma's Carrie is a film that I was thinking about, less as an overt aesthetic reference, and more because it was a film that really bothered me as a kid. It was probably the first horror film that really fucked me up. I saw it when I think I was 12, and I remember not being particularly unnerved by it while I was watching. And then later that night I went to bed, and these images, they had insinuated themselves into my consciousness. Sissy Spacek's, like the expression on her face when she's standing on the stage covered in blood, that just the eyes that are wide, and her stance, which is like so rigid. There is a scene in Hereditary that I won't mention because it would be a spoiler, but I was certainly thinking about Sissy Spacek's expression when I was directing that scene. So I saw that film when I was 12, and I never went back to it because I regretted having seen it in the first place. And I finally watched it again like 10 years ago, and I was shocked at how campy it is, which shouldn't have been a surprise, because at that point I had burned through all of Brian De Palma's work, and everything he makes like kind of just borders on kitsch without falling all the way in. One thing that's exciting about working in genre is that people come in with certain expectations, and they know what the tropes are, they know what the conventions are, and it's like comfort food. And I feel like it creates a certain complacency in the audience. There's something really exciting about the idea of totally upending those conventions. And I know that I'm always looking as a spectator for that moment in a film where I realize I'm not in control of this experience, and the movie isn't safe. That's certainly something I was hoping to do with Hereditary.